differently. And then just because people know that if they give this assignment to Costly, if Costly is asked to collect assignment for the class, when I was in the university, for example, she's going to ensure that she gets everyone to submit. If there's a particular lecturer that we are sure that will fail students, Costly is going to ensure that none of our classmates fails that exam. And then they ask me, can you become the class assistant rep? I was even the assistant rep. Can you become the assistant rep? And then by the time we got to 200 level, can you become our class rep? And then by the time we got to 300 level, can you become our senator? And then can you become our vice president? Because you always want to do something right. And then by the time I graduated from university and got into the real world, and then my constituency again, if Ejesha constituency asks, can you become our youth representative at the Nigerian Youth Parliament? And it continued like that, It doesn't mean that you would not also, aspire some of these positions. You will not be ambitious, because some of these things, I bet you, will not come to you on a platter of gold. But when people see that you are this person that wants things to be done right, you want to carry everybody along, and automatically you just take up responsibility. Even beyond your ambition, people ask you to also lead them. The truth is that we cannot, it's right from the time of the Bible, we cannot do without having ourselves in groups, let me just say it. And we cannot do without having some people taking the position, responsibility position. Like, I don't know how to really say it, but we were having a picture session outside, and the photographer said that all of us cannot be in this picture. It means that some people will automatically take up that responsibility position to come out and take pictures. Some people, there's nothing you can do about it. They will not just come, they will escape. So I don't want you to see leadership as being taken just a position and title and all of that. It's about responsibility. It's about that thing that you have to bring on the table. It's about that extra thing that you want to do. It's about taking that role, responsible role. And that is what leadership is all about. So by wanting to do something differently, by wanting to just give your best out, by wanting to be a servant, I think I better put it that way. By wanting to just be a servant, you automatically find yourself in leadership role. And I bet you there's something, if there's anything I'm going to leave you with, just by answering this question, I'm going to say that leadership is responsibility. At times, you just prefer to even be responsible without having any title. When you have title, it becomes a problem. The responsibility is doubles. So leadership is what? Leadership is what?
Responsibility.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Can we give her a love clap? 1, 2, 3, go. That was so powerful, Champion Costly. Like, there's something that got my attention. I don't know if you got it. She said, our first passion for leadership started as a defense mechanism for herself. I know. No, these people cannot continue to rubbish me like this. I better become the class captain. I better become the class monitress. I know a lot of us are actually in this shoe. You know when it comes to this one, they'll just come and, hey, you, this, because you are short, or because you don't have big body, or because of your age. Then she was like, how can I defend myself from this thing? I think I need to become the head of this class. At least they will give you that respect. If they don't even respect you that you are the leader, or they respect you that, she can write my name for noise maker, or I know if you cut grass today. So this is a challenge to you. If you need to build your passion for leadership from a defensive mechanism for yourself, I think this is a very good option for you. Thank you so much once again, amazing Costly. My next question will go to Champion Grace, the Vice President, the number 2 of OAU. Okay, so Champion Grace, we live in a world where people believe that when it comes to leadership, female should always come second. Like, we should always have a male as the number 1. Like a male being the president, while the female being the vice president, or a male being the class representative, while the female will be the deputy class representative. Do you get the gist? So what is your view to it? What do you think are the reason for this? I think it's a challenge for us as an unstoppable champions for equality. What is your view towards this? What can you say about this? What are the challenges, or what do you think are the way forward for you? Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening.
Afternoon.
Okay, so we live in a society that enables a lot of, let me say, rubbish. So, one of the rubbish the society enables is that we feel like men should be at the first front, while the female follow up. And that's the reality in every setup. But you will agree with me that we are breaking the barriers already. Okay, so it will even interest you that I'm the only female out of the 17 people we have in leadership in OAU. I'm the only.
Please, I think she deserves a round of applause for that. Let's give it to her. Let's give it to her. 1, 2, 3, go. Out of 17, one person. One person.
And also, it will interest you to know that I'm not happy about it because literally we have more female in OAU community. So why do we have one representing the female gender? Also, it will also interest you to know that I was the only female contestant, meaning that I ran unopposed, meaning that I was the only female that came out to contest for every political position we have in Obafemi Awolowo University, meaning that we have a gap already. And that the implication is that we need more female to take position. We need more female to come out to fill up political position. But like I said earlier, we have our society enable a lot of stuff. And one of the rubbish the society enable is that society make us feel like guys can do it well, male gender can do it better. But that is not true. That's not correct. I can make, I'm saying this boldly that I'm one of the vibrant political leaders we have in Obafemi Awolowo University. And not because I'm the only female, but because I understand the full concept of politics and leadership. And leadership is service. Dr. Cosley said leadership is responsibility. And I'm saying number 2, leadership is service. And I understand that even the female gender are more passionate about service. I'm not trying to say that the other gender are doing well too. But mostly I've worked with females and I know the team spirit, the passionate service and everything they're coming to bring on the table is coming from a passionate view. Like we want to fix things, we want everything to come out well. But the truth is that we have an institutional value, and the institutional value is that men should lead and then women should follow. In fact, there was a particular day on one of our groups. Okay, so they are arguing that women are not supposed to take leadership in this century, like it was like 4 months ago. And then we were just laughing that, okay, if this is the case, meaning that some of us should not be in the school in the first place. Because if you are saying this community should be led by just you, and we have this other gender in this community, meaning that we are not even important, and it is not the case. So it is an institutional factor, but then it is not correct. The fact that it is an institutional factor does not make it correct. And I can say it boldly that we are having females that are taking lead and they are doing brilliantly. They are doing excellently. So the challenge, it is a challenge. And this is also a challenge for everybody hearing my voice that you can do well. Your gender is not a representation of the value you can give out. Yeah, you will do well if you want to. Want to do well as a political leader or as any leader, you will not do well. So it is not a gender. But I hope that we do well in breaking it.
Thank you so much for that powerful message, information. Thank you, Champion Grace. Let's give it to her. 1, 2, 3, go. Please, what happened to your energy? Is it that you are thinking that, I want to fight? I want to be a leader, or you are tired? Which of you? One or two? One or two? It better be one. It better be one. But please, 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 give me my energy first. When we finish, then go and think very well. And then go and sit down and say, God, you that make Champion Grace to be like this. Come and lay hands on me or something. But please, I want you to give me the good energy that I wanted. So, Champion Grace said something that the fact that it's a social norm does not mean it is correct. We are raising women, we are raising girls that will be in leadership position. Not just because, so that I can just, let me be vice, let me be deputy. That deputy is okay. Not because of the position, but because you know that you do what? You have the capacity. So the fact that they bring any political position to your table, the fact that you are a female does not mean that, okay, you have the capacity to actually serve as the first leader. Then you will not say that, at least they bring it to my table. Give me the two. No, it's an open challenge to make you know that you can also be the number one. You can also be the chairperson. You can also be the class captain. Where you have male servers as your assistants. Let me use this medium to share a particular story that happened to me a few months ago. So there's this screening that myself and some of my colleagues went through at my place of work. And then they were like, okay, we need representative that will serve in this capacity and all. Then I showed my interest. Okay, I think I'm willing to serve, and some other people. So at the end of the day, I emerged as the female representative. And then one of my boss just said, no, I think you need a male. You should serve the male. You should assist the male. You don't even know my capacity. You don't even know if I am actually the right person to fit in. Then I told her, no, this is gender inequality. It's not done. That is the spirit. I was like, this is I'm sure that I can serve in this capacity. So please, because I am the female, please don't limit me to be the deputy. I am ready to take the task to be the number one. Let him assist. And then they don't have a choice but to obey what I said. So you see, all this happened, and then it's a challenge for us. It's a challenge to you that you are not only limited to be a deputy. You can also be the chairperson. You can also be the president. You can also be the governor. You can also be the head. Do we get that? Unstoppable words, champions for equality. Unstoppable words. Unstoppable words. Thank you. So I'll be going to champion Osato. In a world of chief executive director, CEOs, it's very rare to see women, in this capacity. Even if you see women serving in this capacity, one of the major challenges they have is discrimination and pressure. You just hear some communities say, you just hear some people say, "Obìnrin ló ní." You know that kind of saying. "Obìnrin ló head company yẹn, obìnrin ló rule." I'm very sure that not once, not twice, have you been under this pressure. Can you share with us some of this pressure and how you overcome it? Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'm so honored to be here today, and I thank Dr. Costley and the whole team members of Value Female Network for the opportunity given to me. All right, so first, I will start by saying, when God created heaven and earth, He made them male and female. The male was already a finished product made from raw materials. While we, finished product, a female, a woman, a girl, we were made from the finished product of God. Wow. Now, what does this mean? It means that God has given us the potential, the capacity to exceed far above our wildest imagination. Now, please, the girls, I would like you to help me to complete this adage. What a man can do,
a woman can do better.
I beg, it's not loud enough. Oh. What a man can do,
a woman can do better.
Last time, what a man can do,
a woman can do better.
So now the theme is girls.
Girls get equal.
Girls get equal.
for the panel discussion.
Girls get equal. So I can remember when I first started my business, I didn't start from becoming a CEO or a director or whatever. Start from where you are. I started from selling okrika clothes. Then my brother was locked out of school, because my parents could not afford to pay school. So I started as an okrika clothes seller. From then I moved to a zobo seller. From then I moved to a toast bread seller. I didn't just start from being there. Because one thing I realized is that as a woman, you have to consistently prove that you have the capacity. I mean, Dr. Cosley is here. They will not have picked that if she didn't prove that she has the capacity to lead. They will not have nominated you if you didn't prove that you have the capacity to lead. So as young girls, you have to put in the whole energy. I met a young girl one day and she said, Auntie Osatomi, I want to date a Yahoo boy. Oh. Like, You have to put your head where the money is. Put your brain where the money is. There's no time to say, oh, I want to start playing second figures or a fiddle person in life. As a young girl, you can start. I read the news one day of a 22-year-old boy last year that made 20 million naira from selling okrika clothes in Lagos. I mean, anybody can do it, but you have to start from somewhere. You cannot become Dr. Cosley tomorrow. Even her age mates cannot become Dr. Cosley tomorrow because she has paid the price. So as a young girl, you have to start paying the price from now. Oh, you want to become the next Ibukun Awoshika. You want to become the next Tara Durotoye. You want to become the next Dr. Cosley. You want to become the next, our female leader at OAU. You have to start paying the price from now. You cannot become an executive, a CEO, a business owner, just by sleeping and just waking up.
Thank you so much. Champion Osato, we still want you to answer a particular question. There's a particular challenges of discrimination, that we face as a female owner. Like, as being a female owner, there's this saying that some people might even decide not to buy from you because you own the shop, because you own the establishment. I don't know if you've been under this kind of pressure before or if you hear a story of people that have been in this shoe. So can you share some practical ways where you think that as a female, this discrimination and this unnecessary call pressure?
Okay, so for me, number one, like I said, you have to show that you have the capacity. Oh, you want to be making cake, you have to show that your cake is very good. You want to be making chin-chin or you want to learn how to make adire, learn it and you have to show that, this my adire like this is very good. Then number two, value yourself. The truth is that nobody will value you. Nobody. I mean, okay, this is a phone now. If I tell you that this phone is 200 naira, how much will you price it? 1 naira. Have you ever seen a phone that is 200 naira? Enjoy them some 500. Let me pay 500 naira. That's it. That's the value. Nobody will increase your value. People will even depreciate from your value. So, as a young girl, know what you carry, know what you are doing, know your skill, then know the value in which you carry, and have some guidance. I mean, mommy was saying it the other time that don't be one of those girls that will just be moving around, moving aimlessly with guys. Know your value, know what you carry inside of you. If you know what you carry inside of you, you will not. There are some places that you will not be found as a young girl. Face your book now. Face what you are doing. I mean, there are some young girls I know of in the Shogbo that they are doing so well. Some people got scholarship to study abroad. And you too, you can do it. You are not different from them. They are not different from you. So, know what you can. I mean, I've had experiences. I mean, there was a time I went for marketing in Lagos and I wanted to market the product. And the man was like, no, this thing is not good though. We have like, there are big companies that already supply us. And I'm like, sir, if it is this thing then, forget all. I have to prove it that this thing was really good. I went to buy a cold drink and I gave it to him. Sir, this thing is very good. Know your value. The men might want to say, okay, come, let me sleep with you. But no, know your value. If they are not agreeing with your value, walk away.
Thank you so much. Can we all echo it together? Know your value. Know your value. Mention your name. Temitayo, know your value. Temitayo, know your value. Nobody will overrate you. They will rather depreciate you. Know your value. Know your value. Thank you so much, champion Sato. That was a very beautiful one. Thank you. Yeah, to our champion, Rukoya. She's the head girl of our school. Champion Rukoya. How do you feel as the senior girl, the first girl of your school, of your secondary school? Being the senior girl, how do you feel? Like anytime you are entering the school, you know, you are going to the school and you just remember that, Rukoya, you are the senior girl. How do you used to feel? Good evening. Let's answer her now. Wow.
Like, I feel like on top of the world, being
On
the
top of the world.
girl of my school.
Wow. Wow.
Like,
You know, it's not easy. It's not easy to be the senior girl. Like when they come to that school, community, what's the name of your school? Dorset Community High School. If they want to think of any girl in that school, the first girl of that school is Rukoya. She says she always feel like a giant. Like she always walk like a giant. That is the spirit. That is what it takes to be a champion. You know that she knows her value. A giant. She's a giant and she walks like it. She acts like it. Do you know that we even have some people in this kind of position and then they will still be timid. They will still not be able to talk. It might be one of their classmates that does not even own any leadership position in that school. That will be the one that is up and down. Be like, go and talk for me. Go and talk for me. Go and talk. But she used to feel like a giant. She used to feel like a champion. This is a call to you. That if you own any position, any leadership position, no matter how small it is, look at you that you emerge as the chair lady of your group, of your houses today, as the deputy. You know, you should let the world be seen. And the best thing is, as us champion Osato has said, in that big giant, build capacity. Don't just be empty giants. It won't be nice if you are walking like a giant and then now toss thrown at you and you now fall. Do you get that? You know, as a giant that you are, let your giant, let it be solid. Let there be, build it that even if they toss thrown, they will know that, no, this is our senior girl. No, this is our champion. And that is what we are raising. That is why we are raising champions here. By the time you will leave Adolescent Bootcamp 2022, we want you to go out there as what? As what? As what? Champions. I want to hear the word champions. We want you to go out to your community, go back to your school. Do you know that some of you were selected from school out of a lot of people? Some of you were selected, and then you have to go back as what? As champion. You know, you work as champion. Some of your classes will be like, where did this girl go to? Your mommy said, will be like, where did she go? This one, champion has been added to my name. And then you carry yourself, you act it, you walk it, you talk it, you build it, and you transfer it to your other peers. So in rounding up this panel discussion, we are going to have a one word from all our amazing panelists that have spoken to us. What is your advice, a take notes word or information to these amazing young champions, upcoming champions coming up? Just, we don't want too long word, maybe just a word or a say or a quote or something. Thank you so much. Let's start from Rukoya.
Girl of my school. There are some challenges I faced when in my school. Like when all the prefects doesn't do their work very well. I'm the
You are the one that they will come and face that. See, that's it. That's one of the challenges of being a leader. If anything happens to the girls, you are in charge of all the girls in that institution. So if anything happens, it's going to be on her. And then she's showing it to us that if you are a leader, you must learn to be assertive. You must learn to listen to your followers so that all of you, you'll be able to read right. You'll be able to do the right thing. Thank you so much, Rakirat. Let's have champion Grace.
Okay, so champions, nobody is going to create space for you. Hey, you want to be like Dr. Costley, you want to be like people, you want to be like everybody, but nobody is going to create spaces for you. You have to create it yourself and fill it up. So in doing that, don't forget your G factor. For me, the G factor is God. Like, I don't know your religion, but for me, I might not be a religious person, but then I don't joke with God. So know your G factor and also be submissive. This life, most especially when it comes to, if you find yourself in the political space, be submissive, respect your leaders, and don't, in short, just respect your leaders because they can cause trouble for you. So don't forget, nobody is going to create any space for you. You create the space for you, and don't use your gender. I don't say, the reason why I'm not doing this is because I'm a female. The reason why I'm not contesting for this position is because I'm a female. The reason why I'm not being creative about this idea is because I'm a female. Being a female is not a justification to your laziness or to the fact that you don't want to create a space for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nobody will create space for you. You better create space for yourself and feel it. Thank you so much. That was great.
Yes, so my final word to be, don't let anybody tell you it can't be done. You can do it. And when you are opportune to have created space for yourself, put your best foot forward. Do it with all your might. When I started my business, El Gazelle, I started from 1 bedroom. From 1 bedroom, we moved to 2 bedroom. From 2 bedroom, if you want 11 bedrooms in our factory now, you can get it.
Wow.
So if we did not start from 1 bedroom, how will we know that we can grow to that level? So put your best foot forward as a girl. They've taught you so many skills today. Go and develop it. Go and build on it. And remember, no matter where you are, you can make millions. You don't need to go to Lagos. You don't need to go to United States of America. Build a world for yourself in this world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. We do the love class together because of our time. So let's have our last word from our executive director.
I'm going to say to us tonight that you should never be limited by your background. Never be limited by what you've gone through. Never be limited by your past. Know that the future is bright. And if you make that decision to be a leader today, if you make that decision to also excel in life, no matter what you've gone through or where you come from or the village you come from, it will no longer matter. It is that thing that you want to become. It is that decision that you've made now that you just have to work towards, and you will definitely become it. I'm just going to share a short story with us. I come from Yakoyo village. Who knows Yakoyo? Who knows Yakoyo? The people from Osun State, do you know Yakoyo? Okay, you know Yakoyo. In fact, at times when I tell people I'm from Yakoyo, some people ask me, for those that don't speak Yoruba, okay, I think most people speak Yoruba here, but for those that don't speak Yoruba, Yakoyo means come and get filled. So people ask me, is it a canteen? Where you come from, is it like an eatery or something like that? So it's a small village in Osun State. But I made up my mind that despite the fact that I come from Yakoyo, despite the fact that I don't have that opportunity as some of my colleagues had when I was growing up, I made up my mind that I was going to be different, and that did not limit me. I'm serving today, just like Dr. Zubaida said this morning. I'm occupying the office of the Executive Secretary of the Global Youth Consortium against FGM. It came because of that decision that I would not allow my background to limit me. When that position opened, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm proud to be from Nigeria. I'm from Africa. And at the same time, at that point, I even had a baby that I was nursing. And so, literally looking at it, it was looking like, so because the position was a global position, we had a lot of competition from other places in the world. And when people say that you are black and you are an African, especially from Nigeria, where the reports they get every time is people, committing all sort of atrocities online and all of that. So it's like you have every odds against you. But just because I decided that my country would not limit me, the fact that I even had a baby at that point, a baby that I was nursing, in fact, she was on exclusive breastfeeding. So as I'm speaking to you, I can carry her and be feeding her at that time that I contested. She was really on breast milk. That was all she was taking. Despite that fact, and also that I come from Yakoyo, where people think that people cannot really make it in life, I made up my mind that mine was going to be different. I went for that position all out, though like I said, I didn't start at that level. It started from the process of taking responsibility. I went and gave all my best to it, and people thought I was not going to win. Again, I contested. In fact, my major opponent was a guy that is an activist. He's not married. He's very free. He doesn't have a baby. He's not pregnant. He's not from Nigeria. He had all odds favoring him. But I went all out and gave it my best shot, and I got it. That sent a very strong signal to me that there is nothing you set your mind upon that you cannot get. Just be determined, give it your best, and never think of your background as a limitation or your past experiences as a limitation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh God. I think you should keep the cap rolling. Just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling for them. Keep it rolling. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it. Roll, 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 roll. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I'm very sure that we all have been motivated. We are set to go as the champions that we have become in this boot camp. So we are going to end this panel discussion by having some declaration set together, and then we'll walk off the stage. I want you to say to yourself that I will not be limited. I know, I don't like that energy. I know. Please, I want you to say it like someone that really, really will not be limited. I will not be limited. I will not be limited. Because I am unstoppable. I will not be limited. Because I am unstoppable. I will create a change in my own world. I will create a change in my own world. Because I am a champion. Let's take it again. I will not be limited. Because I am unstoppable. I will create a change in my own world. Because I am a champion. So 1, 2, 3, go now. We will all take it together. 1, 2, 3, go. I will not be limited because I am unstoppable. I will create a change in my own world because I am a champion. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you to our panelists. Thank you to everyone.
Good evening, champions. Good evening, champions. Good evening, champions. Okay, so my name is still Adasa, and I'm still your host for the Adolescent Bootcamp. And we'll be moving forward now without any much delay. Thank you so much we say a very big thank you to our panelists. Thank you for sharing value with us. Thank you for sharing your story. And I hope that the story will serve as a source of motivation or a source of inspiration to one or two other persons sitting down in the audience today. Okay, so we have a section on female genital mutilation. How many of us remember that we had an introduction to FGM 101 yesterday? Do we all remember that we all had an introduction yesterday? So today, we'll be having another class on female genital mutilation, and that section will be taken by no other person than the Assistant Program Officer of Value Female Network, in person of Dr. Oluwadamilola Amo. Please let's give her the love clap. Let's do it together. Dr. Oluwadamilola, you have the floor. Dr. Amoho, hey, I'll get used to this doctor thing. Dr. Amoho, you have the floor.
Hey, are we ready to learn again? I know we are tired, Abby. If you are tired and you know, raise your hand. If you are tired and you know, raise your leg. If you are tired and you know it and you really want to show it, if you are tired and you know it, jump up. You see, we're not tired. We're not tired. Oh yeah, let's do it again. If you are tired and you know it, raise your hand. If you are tired and you know it, raise your leg. If you are tired and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you are tired and you know it, jump up. We're not tired, sir. No, so I should not say, out of how many people? See, only 5 people are jumping up. Okay, so let's all rise up on our feet and let's do some energizer before we start work again. Abi now? Oh yeah, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up on your feet. So, who can spell coconut for me? Not everybody can spell coconut. Oh. You will see now, if I should call 2 different people out, they will spell coconut in different ways. And you'll be surprised. Who want to spell coconut for me? Yeah, the lady in white hijab. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the lady on black cardigan. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you see, you want to spell it. Oh yeah, please help me assist her to this place. Okay, I just need those 3 people. Oh yeah, stand like that. Oh yeah. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh yeah, say it again. Hey, you see, they use their mouth to spell it, Abby. I want to teach you another way of spelling coconut. You will use all your body to spell coconut. Are we ready? My sisters on this row at the back, are you fighting with us? Everybody should be on their feet. Everybody should be on their feet. We are spelling coconut. Oh yeah, 1, 2, ready, go. Oh yeah, what's the first letter? Wait, this C is looking like greater than, or is it less than? So please, you bend very well because that's the beauty of this coconut spelling. Oh yeah, what's the first letter? What's the next letter? What's the next letter? Next. 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 Coconut. Oh yeah, let's try it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. Oh yeah, now let's do fast motion. We want to do it times 5 now. Our speed. You want to, you know when you are watching movie Especially all those Indian movies where they used to dance. What will you do? You put it in ×5 so that it quickly go, Abi. Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing now. 1, 2, ready, go. Again. Again. Can you give yourself a round of applause? You can have your seats now. Okay, so yesterday, you saw my face, Abi, and I came to teach you something about female genital mutilation. Is that correct? Is that correct? For those of us that jotted something yesterday, did you bring your jotters? The one you used yesterday, did you bring it? Okay. Please, next slide. So, today's FGM session is FGM 104 to 107, and these are the things that we're going to be talking about today. Yesterday, who can tell me what we talked about yesterday? What are the things? Just points. Oh, yeah, come. Who else wants to tell me? Just points. Oh, yeah. 2. Who else? Hey, oh, nobody. Oh, yeah, come. So, those 3 people, we are going to be limiting it to 3. Oh, yeah.
Differentiate between FGM and male circumcision.
Let's give her a round of applause. You are just busting my brain every. Oh, yeah.
Definition of FGM, type of FGM, and the effect of FGM, the long-term effect and the immediate.
Let's give her a round of applause too. Let's give her a round of applause too.
The meaning of female genital mutilation, the difference between male circumstances and female genital mutilation.
Give her a round of applause too. So I'm glad that even many hours after the first lecture, we can still remember a number of things. Next slide. Okay, so for this session, I just want to run us through what we're going to be learning this session. We're going to be talking about the relationship between FGM, human rights, and the Nigerian law. You know, yesterday, I was saying that FGM is a violation of human rights. Abi? Did I say that yesterday? So now we want to see what is that violation. What are we violating by performing FGM? We're going to see that. Then we're also going to be understanding how to identify girls that are at risk of FGM. How do you know? How do you suspect that? I think this girl, you know that we say that FGM is usually performed for girls between the age of 0 and 15 years, Abi. That means somebody in your class is still at a risk of being mutilated, right? Yes or yes? Why are we doing as if all of us we are over 15 years old? Me. Don't let me say that story. But at least a number of us here are less than 15 years old. And many of our classmates are less than 15 years old. It means that somebody in your class can be at a risk of being mutilated. How do you know? We are going to examine that today. Service provision for FGM survivors. People that for one reason or the other, they've already been mutilated. Is that the end of their life? Are there other things that we can do for them? We are going to be looking at that today. Then justice for FGM survivors. For people that really want to take up the laws, when we examine the laws that are against female genital mutilation, for people that want to say, oh yeah, let's go there, I want to follow this thing to the court. What is the provision for them? We're going to look at it today. Then prevention of FGM. We know that prevention is the best what? Is better than cure, Abi. So how can we even prevent FGM, and what is our role as girls in prevention of FGM? Then lastly, we are going to be checking our FGM surveillance and reporting channels. Next slide, please. Okay, so after this lesson, you should be able to understand the laws that are available against FGM. You should be able to understand the telltale signs of girls at risk of FGM. You should be able to understand the rehabilitative provisions for survivors, including seeking justice. I should also understand the strategies to prevent FGM and the roles of girls like you. It happened from yesterday. Who wants to tell me what? Well, now you can hear me, Abby. Abby cannot still hear me now. Okay. So while we're still waiting for the projector to connect, the first question is, what is female genital mutilation? For people that they were able to jot yesterday, both on their pens and on their brains, I want you to come out, just one person. Okay. Oh yeah, let's give her a round of applause as she comes forward. Oh yeah. Give her a round of applause. Is it because it's not you?
Female genital mutilation, also known as FGM or female genital cutting, can be defined as the total or partial removal of the female genitalia that are outside the female body. It is an harmful traditional practice performed on women and girls for traditional reasons and not for medical reasons.
Wait. She has done exceptionally well. In fact, did you copy my slide? Are you sure you do not get my slide from somewhere? Okay, so this is what we're going to do, a different kind of clap for her because she has done exceptionally well. I'm so proud of what she has done. We're going to do, it's called the Shakara clap. And now, wani omotoba kawe abataya du koko kabi. Abi, so because she has done well, she will do Shakara to her seat. And what you will do is that you people, you keep jamming your hands for her, and then she will do Shakara as she's going until she sits down like this before you people stop clapping. Is that okay? Did you understand me? Oh yeah, 1, 2. Wait, don't start your Shakara yet, because that clap is the one that will drive your Shakara very well. Oh yeah, I want to hear the resounding clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. Like that. You should just keep going. Oh yeah, your Shakara. Shakara, sister. Pa. Oh yeah. Opo. Oh God. Oh yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. It's so good for you to pay attention, not only to the things that are happening that are sociable, but paying attention to the things that we teach you is also a reflection of how much you pay attention in class. So, like I said yesterday, this boot camp is not an holiday totally away from class. It's for you to also learn something while you're on holidays. So now, number 2, what are the various types of maybe we should pray for the light source. Okay. So what are the types of female genital mutilation that we have? Yeah, come. Oh yeah, I'm taking one person per answer. So the hand I first see up is who I'm going to call.
Cutting of the female sensitive parts. Cutting the 2 sides and the female sensitive part. Cutting the inner part and the female sensitive part. Cutting everything as
Wait. It's Shakara now. Omo to ba sise dede, o ma Shakara lo aye. Oh yeah, 1, 2, ready, go. Oh yeah, Shakara. Hey. Okay. See, as much as in this room, we don't need you to speak English. What we need from you is to get the idea. In fact, when you go to communities, when we get to some other part of the slide, we are going to teach you how to speak to people, how to discuss the things that you've learned today to people. I don't expect you to go there and be saying clitoridectomy. They will say infudibulation for market woman. But look at the way she has explained it. It means that she totally understands what I taught yesterday. And that is what we're looking for. So thank you so much for explaining it that way. Now, the third question is, why is FGM being performed? Why is, it's just one per person. Oh, yeah, come. Why is FGM being performed?
Those traditions, they are following culture, but they are just putting human life at stake, and they are just like putting their lives in danger. So the reason, like some of the people who said there yesterday, some like okay, they think that they want to preserve their virginity, and also maybe on
No, no, you will not go like that. Sister, you will not go like that. Oh yeah. 1, 2, ready, go. Shakara, oh. Ah, 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 ah. Hey. Hey. Me, I will do my own shakara clap when I finish. Abi? So you people should go and be preparing my clap for, because me, I will all this one that she's doing is not shakara, oh. I will shakara my shakara for you very well. Okay, thank you so much for that. Now, I hope we understand why FGM is being performed. Because of our time, I will not go through that again. Okay, so number 5. What are the benefits of female genital mutilation? I want somebody to shock me today. What are the benefits of female genital mutilation? It's one person per question. Don't collect all our shakara finish. Oh yeah. Who wants to answer the question? What are the benefits of female genital mutilation? What are the benefits of female genital mutilation? Yeah. Come. I want a different person per question. And especially those people that they've never stepped to this stage, especially except when we wanted to take pictures. That was the only time they came to this stage.
Female genital mutilation is a traditional norm. So some our forefathers believe that them if they do it to prevent the girl from prostitution and adultery, for hygienic, and from prevent the clitoris from getting bigger, but it has no medical benefit.
Sister. You are too fine to just be walking like soldier now. Oh yeah, shakara clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Is this cat walk or dog walk? Or chicken walk? Okay. So thank you very much. Now she explained something that is very important. Because it is tied to culture and tradition, the forefathers, they were like, oh, the reason, the benefit for it is so that people do not get promiscuous. But it has been proven that even girls that are being caught, even girls that they are mutilated, at the end of the day, they are even the ones that are being found in communities where promiscuity is abundant because of a number of reasons, a lot of reasons. And it has also been shown that women who are mutilated, when they eventually get married, because they are denied of sexual satisfaction and a lot of things, they begin to think, oh, maybe it's my husband that is not good enough. Oh, let me try somewhere else. They try that one too. Maybe it's that one that is not good enough. Oh, let me try somewhere else. And then they become promiscuous. Now, what they were trying to prevent in the beginning, is it not happening again? Is it not happening again? So, the answer to this question is that there is no benefit. No matter how much they try to make it sound logical, no matter how much they try to argue it out, everybody knows that there is no benefit for female genital mutilation. Do we understand? Do we understand? Ṣóyé wa. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a ti ń sọ látànà ṣóyé wa. Maybe we should use Yoruba to finish the rest. Number 6. Kí ni àwọn... Oh. What's the Yoruba of complication? Somebody should help me. Kí ni àwọn ewu lọ́nà medical? Thank you very much, ma. Kí ni àwọn ewu lọ́nà ètò ìlera tí ó máa ń wá láti ipa dídábẹ́ fọ́mọbìnrin? Oya, come. It's the person I cite first that will answer the question. And you answer Yoruba in case you don't know. Oya. Àwọn ewu tó nípa ètò ìlera tó máa ń wá nípa dídábẹ́ fọ́mọbìnrin.
It causes severe pain, shock, and death. Severe pain ni wípé ó máa ní ìrora tó yẹ pé kò ní lè overcome, kò ní lè borí, ó máa dùn gan ju àwọn pain. Shock ó lè fa ìjáyà fún èèyàn, and death ó lè fa ikú tó bá ti le.
Farabalẹ̀, ó máa ṣàkàrà dé òkè yẹn ní ṣoget. Kò wá kí n ṣe ṣàràkàrà òun ní English type bí eléyìí o. Ó máa ṣàkàrà gan ṣoget. Oya, ẹ bá wa ṣá ọmọ yìí látẹ̀wọ́ bó ṣe ń ṣàkàrà lọ sókè. Ó pọ̀ sẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ṣe. Okay. Ẹ ṣe jàre. Oya, number 7 no, because our time is fast spent. What are the psychological kí ni àwọn ìjàmbá ní psychological mommy? Kí ni àwọn ìjàmbá tí ó máa ń fa fún ọpọlọ? But ọpọlọ in this sense is not mental o. Psychological, you get the English, let us translate it. Nípa ti ọpọlọ, nípa ti nínú èrò tí dídábẹ́ fún ọmọbìnrin máa ń fà fún ọmọ tí wọ́n bá dábẹ́ fún. Oya, ta ló fẹ́ dáhùn? Oya.
It causes low. Ó máa ń mú kí èèyàn máa rora èèyàn pín. Kí èèyàn máa wò pé ìgbà tó ti dábẹ́ fún mi yí báyìí, àwọn yòókù mi sì wò dábẹ́ fún mi ilé dára tó wọn. Kí èèyàn ní ló ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ọmọ yìí farabalẹ̀, bó tiẹ̀ ṣe tọ́ lipstick yẹn mo ti mọ̀ pé alákọ̀ ló máa jẹ́, so ó gbọ́dọ̀ disappoint mi o ṣùgbọ́n. Ẹ̀yin alátẹ̀wọ́ mi dà, ẹ máa ní ooo. Ẹ̀yin alátẹ̀wọ́ mi dà. Ẹ̀yin alátẹ̀wọ́ mi dà. Ó yẹ ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi ṣá ọmọ yìí látẹ̀wọ́ bó ṣe ń ṣàkàrà lọ sí òkè. Ó yá! Okay o. Oya, last question. Ṣé English ni ká fi sọ ilé ni àbí Yorùbá? English àbí Yorùbá? English àbí Yorùbá? Nǹkan tá a máa ṣe ni, èmi máa béèrè question ní English. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ dáhùn máa dáhùn ní Yorùbá. Is that fair? Okay. Oya, what is the difference between female genital mutilation and male circumcision? You have earned it, Moya Mabo. Ó ti ń náwó látẹ̀kàn, ẹ má bínú. Mo ti pass it like 3 times. Má bínú. Oya.
Ìyàtọ̀ tó wà láàrin ẹ̀ ni pé tá bá ń dábẹ́ fún ọmọ obìnrin ó dàbí pé kí ẹ̀ máa fìyà jẹ ọmọ obìnrin ni àti pé nǹkan tí kò dára, bọ̀ tó bá yẹ pé ọmọ ọkùnrin ó dára fún ọ torí pé ó tún máa ran ọkùnrin lọ́wọ́ nípa ní ọ̀nà ìbálòpọ̀ àti ọ̀nà mìíràn fún ọkùnrin.
much, everyone, and I really value your contribution. It gladdens my heart that you've been following all this well. So let's move straight into today's topic. Okay, so FGM, human rights, and the Nigerian law. No, yesterday I was saying that female genital mutilation violates human rights. Now I want to examine 5 human rights that female genital mutilation violates. Number 1 is rights to the highest attainable standard of health. According to the human rights, as a human, what human rights means is the things that you have the right to as a human. The fact that God eventually made you to have head and hand and leg and look like every other human being. The things that you have rights to as a human. The first one is right to the highest attainable standard of health. It means that under every and any circumstance, you are supposed to have good health. So now, female genital mutilation, as I was explaining yesterday, is now a deliberate action to cause harm to a person for no reason except for the ones that we just cook up. A girl that is not mutilated would have nothing that would happen to her. But once you mutilate a girl, you are introducing harm to her. So you see that you are reducing the level of standard of health that she can attain. That's number 1. Number 2, right to life and physical integrity, including freedom from violence. Right to life and physical integrity, including freedom from violence. You know that we said, in fact, from those that came out to speak now about the effects of female genital mutilation, death is a common complication, especially if it is being done to children that are very young, in their infant stage. And even some adults, some teenagers rather, who have some complications that they've not yet discovered. Nǹkan kan wà lára wọn tó yẹ pé àti mọ̀ ẹ kàn máa rí pé in another 5 years wọ́n kàn máa ní ẹni yìí ó ní genetic problem kan báyìí o tó dẹ̀ pé 3 years ago kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pa ẹ̀. If you now subject that kind of person to trauma, it is one of the things that can hasten the process of that disease process. Kawani ento pe normally ó yẹ kó lò, let's say 60 àbí 70 àbí 80 years láyé. You are now reducing that person's health, that person's quality of life because of something that could have been avoided in the first place. Physical integrity. I was saying yesterday that for girls that are being caught, most of the time they feel like something has just left them. They cannot just be themselves again. We are violating the rights to physical integrity, including freedom from violence. This girl has not asked for anything. The only problem is that she came out and she was a female. That's the only problem. And they started violating her rights. The third one is right to be free from, pardon my English, right to be free from torture or cruel, inhumane or degrading treatment. The only thing that female genital mutilation does is torture, severe pain, severe bleeding, psychological depression, a lot of things. FGM violates that right. Right to equality and non-discrimination on basis of sex. See that yesterday we were saying that the reason for performing female genital mutilation is to cripple a woman's sexuality. is to cripple a woman's sexuality. Meanwhile, nobody talks about a man's sexuality. Women are being discriminated. And the last one is female genital mutilation violates the rights of a child. Now, this right of a child is divided into various categories. In fact, is another discussion on its own. A child has the right to play. A child has the right to be taken care of. A child has the right to feel free to express his or herself. A child has so many rights. The fact that you are a child, you have the right to be taken care of. You have the right to have good quality education. You have the right to be free from violence. You have the right to be protected as a child. But female genital mutilation, it violates all of the rights of a child. Next slide, please. Now, FGM and the Nigerian law. What is the Nigerian law saying about female genital mutilation? Now, before I delve into these laws, it's also important to understand that FGM is an international, is being criminalized internationally. So as much as I'll be talking about the Nigerian law today, you should also know that there are so many other laws across the world that criminalizes female genital mutilation. The Nigerian law is just a reflection of what happens in other countries. And Nigeria, besides us having our own law, our president has signed a treaty on our behalf. You see that one time they will say Buhari has gone to England, Abi. Buhari has gone to France, Abi. Buhari has gone to this place, Abi. Buhari has borrowed money on behalf of Nigeria, Abi. Buhari has signed law for FGM on our behalf. So the fact that you do not know about that law does not mean that it is not holding on Nigeria. And that is why we are supposed to know about these things. And ignorance is not permitted in the court of law. Are you aware of that? You cannot get to the court now and be telling the judge, I did not know. No, it is your responsibility to know. And that is why we are telling you today. Now, coming down to the Nigerian law, in the early 90s, when activists and advocates were fighting against female genital mutilation, the only thing that they could lay their hands upon was the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Section 34 of it says that no person shall be subjected to any form of torture, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. No person shall be subjected to any form of torture, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. And from everything that we have talked about concerning female genital mutilation, it falls under all of these things that said an human should not be subjected under. So you can see that the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic already bans what looks like female genital mutilation. However, people can still manipulate it and say, what if we did not make it painful? It's still not torture, Abi? Because it did not explicitly state female genital mutilation as a crime. Did we notice that in the 1999 Constitution? Did we notice that? Did we notice that? Don't look at the other ones. Look at the first one, this first box. Did we notice that the 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria does not spell out female genital mutilation as a crime? Abi? It just says that they should not be subjected to torture, which we are saying female genital mutilation is a form of torture, right? Now, in 2003, the Child's Rights Act came on board. And Section 11B of the 2003 Child's Rights Act states explicitly that no child, because we know that female genital mutilation is usually performed between age 0 and 15. I hope we've not forgotten. No child shall be subjected to any form of torture, inhuman or degrading treatment or punishment. Now, these were the two laws that activists were using to fight against female genital mutilation in the past. But more recently, in 2015, an act was passed into bill or law, something like that. And it's called the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. Can you say it after me? Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. Oh yeah, let's say it again. Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. And that act is also called the VAP Act. VAP. V-A-P-P. VAP. So when you hear somebody say, according to the VAP Act, and because that's what most people that work on female genital mutilation, this is what we quote, because this is what we stay about hand. So when you hear people say, oh, according to the VAP Act, this is what happened. What they mean by VAP is what? VAP is what? Against persons prohibition. Okay, so ahead. This is okay. Let's just move. This is the only law that specifically mentioned female genital mutilation as a criminal act amongst other forms of gender-based violence. Now, this law is so all-encompassing that all forms of gender-based violence, sexual violence, so intimate partner violence, so domestic violence, so all those violence, child trafficking, sexual violence, so all those things that are under gender-based violence. This law is said everything one by one. Now, don't let's pack it together. FGM, this is what they should do to anybody that performs FGM. Sexual violence, this is what they should do. Rape, this is what they should do to anybody that performs rape. Now, section 6 is what talks about female genital mutilation. Section 6A of the VAP Act says that anybody that performs or engages another to perform FGM on any person is liable to a term of imprisonment not exceeding 4 years or to a fine not exceeding 200,000 naira or both. You see that this one, it stated it, Abi. It stated it that if you do now, section 6A says that anybody who performs, Abi, or engages another person to perform, that means the cutter, if it's a doctor that performed it, if it's a nurse that performed it, if it's a traditional cutter that did it, this fine or this imprisonment is for them. Now, this is section A. So people will not be like, no, me, I did not perform it like that, but I just gave them advice that they should perform it. Look at section B. Section B states that anybody who attempts, I did not perform it. I was just thinking about it. I was just thinking about going to perform it. I just went to ask for the prize, but me, I've not performed it on my daughter yet. Anyone who what? Anybody who what? Who attempts or aids. Now that aid is like, another English for it is help. So if they want to perform FGM for your sister, they now say, help us to carry the blade. You have already entered this part. Do we understand? You are not the one performing it, but you help them to carry the blade. Help them to carry what they want to use to perform it. You have already entered this one. Abet or incites another. Another word for this incite another is advise somebody else that, you do not perform FGM on your child. You better go and perform it. You to have entered this law. Anybody who attempts, aids, abets, or incites another to carry out FGM is liable to a term not exceeding 2 years. Their own is smaller, but you still go to jail. Or to a fine not exceeding 100,000 naira or both. Now, you can see that these laws, they explicitly state the penalty for performing female genital mutilation. Now, this is the 2015 Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. We as advocates, we are still fighting to say, even this one, Steph, is not still strong enough. Do you agree? 100,000 naira in this Nigeria. Anybody can get 200,000 naira. Even if we should search some people's bag now, we'll still find maybe 20,000 naira inside somebody's bag. Is that true? There are rich kids among us now. Is that not true? Some people, it's just that you don't want to be proud. Even your car at home self is more than 200,000 naira. Abi? Okay. So, but for advocates like us and for anti-FGM champions like you, that you probably want to go and study law in school. Now, I want to challenge you with this. We need to review this 2015 Act. As much as, okay, we have finally found one law that is criminalizing FGM, we also need to understand that this punishment is not enough. Or is it enough? Look at all the trauma that the girl has to go through. Is this punishment enough? Who can give me like example of punishment that they should even give them? Death by calm down. Death by hanging. Abi, is it not worth it? What punishment? Life imprisonment. Abi, who wants to suggest another punishment? Life imprisonment. And a fine of 10 million naira. You see? So it means that this, as much as we have something to still hold on to in the court of law, it still needs amendment. Yes or yes? Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so now, how do you identify a girl that is at risk of female genital mutilation? Girls between the age of infancy to 15-year-old. We have stressed this over and over again. If you are between 0 and 15 years, that kind of girl is most likely at risk. We are not at risk, does not say it will happen, no, but it means that there is a chance of it happening. Abi, there is a chance of it happening. Now, number 2. Girls in family who consider FGM as an important culture or religious identity. You know, yesterday I was saying that there are some families that even from their surname, you would have known. Abi, the Ololas, the Alabedes. When you see people like that, you can identify that, this girl has a risk of being mutilated. Girl who drops hints about going to partake in a special procedure to make her a real woman. Maybe you and your friend, they are just this thing one day, and she just tells you that, by this midterm break, my mommy has already told me that I'm going somewhere special, that they're going to make me to a real woman. I'm going to leave you small girls alone. Me, I'm going to become a real woman. You should take hints from that. Remember that we said yesterday that one of the reasons why they perform FGM is because they feel that it's because they feel that a woman is not clean. A woman is not whole until she has been mutilated. So that's what they would have told her, and she's using it to shakara to you that I'm going somewhere. She does not know that they are going to mutilate her. Another one is parents announce that they wish to travel with their girl child to an undisclosed location. Now, this one is for our mommies and daddies and supervisors. There's a case of female genital mutilation that Value Female Network is handling presently. And we've gone to court several times on it. And the way it happened is the mother herself, she knows about female genital mutilation, and she has said that she would not perform it on her child. But the grandma, the mother of her husband, just said, I'm going to a party, let me take her along to the party. And when she came back, the girl had already been mutilated. Another one is girl who is withdrawn by her family from sexuality education about her body and rights. Just imagine somebody that has attended a boot camp like this. When you get back home and they start saying something about FGM, say you will not shout. You will not say, no. I know what this thing is about, and I'm not going to subject my body to it. Now imagine somebody that has never heard it before. And how will you hear it if you don't attend programs that talk to you about your sexuality? That talk to you about what your health and right is concerning your body. Now, people like that, their parents will withdraw them, or their guardian would say, no, wọ́n fẹ́ lọ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ara wọn ni, ẹ má jẹ́ kó lọ. Ibẹ̀ ó máa kọ́gbọ́n bẹ̀, kò ní jẹ́ ká ṣe. Girl who suddenly acts strange or anxious about an upcoming event. You know that sometimes people know that what they are doing is not good, but they don't just have any power to fight it. For example, now, maybe somebody that's heard about female genital mutilation, and the parent now say, we are going to perform it to you next month. So, because they are parents, she cannot fight. She'll start acting strange. She can start keeping to herself. If you touch her like this, she'll say, hey, who is there? Start noticing that person. Something might be happening. You might be the one that will rescue her from being mutilated. Next slide, please. How do you identify a girl who has undergone FGM? Now, we're not just talking about prevention. As we are moving forward, we're also moving backward to say, okay, what of those that they've done it for? It's not the end of their life, right? We still have to do something to help. So how do you identify a girl who has undergone FGM? You will notice that for a long time, she did not just come to class. She did not attend school. Why? Because of the immediate consequences of female genital mutilation, Abi. Somebody that is feeling severe pain, will the person be able to come to school? Somebody that has excessive bleeding, that has urinary problem, will the person be able to come to school? And when you ask, what will they say? I'm not just feeling fine, Abi. Nigerians, everything, I'm not feeling fine, Abi. Sudden and striking behavioral change. Yesterday, we were talking about people having anger issues, trust issues. Somebody that used to be very jovial in class before, that used to crack all the jokes and everything, and suddenly just become quiet. Every time you see the person, it looks like the person wants to cry. You should start noticing. Discussions on acts performed on them that should be kept secret. Some of them, it will be so heavy on their hearts. You'll just be like, they did something for me, but they said I should not say it. You should start taking in from that. Change of dress styles from tight fitting to loose outfit. Because probably they cannot walk very well, or they are still feeling pain and they have to be walking carefully. So they cannot wear that fine uniform. And you know that person's uniform before is very fine. But now you go and change it to barrier so that it can accommodate the person's change of posture. Start noticing. Challenges and difficulties in sitting comfortably or persistent pain between their legs. Even after they've recovered from the immediate pain, it is still a lifelong challenge. Abnormal menstrual conditions or recurrent urinary tract infection. Next slide, please. We're almost done, sorry. Okay, you're still writing. Oh yeah, back. 2 minutes, okay. I'm going to count 1 to 60. 1 to 60 is 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let me give you hints. If I were you, somebody will be writing from below, and that person will be writing from above. So that even when it changes, you just copy from each other. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 60. Okay, next slide. So service provided for female genital mutilation survivors. Now, for people who they could not help it, they've already mutilated them. some people, even before they even ever heard about female genital mutilation, they've done it, maybe even at 0 years old, that they don't even know anything about it. But they are now experiencing some symptoms now, and they're like, it looks like this is it. Oh, what are the services that are available for them? There are medical and surgical interventions. Remember what type 3 is? Who remembers what type 3 is? They will cut off the labia majora, minora, and do what? And do what? And do what? And stitch it up. Now, for somebody like that, you know that the person does not even have any other option than to go for a corrective surgery. So there are actually surgeries that over the years people have invented that, okay, we can use this for this. We can take a part of this tissue and put it together and still construct something that looks like what it's supposed to be. But it's still not. Yorùbá máa ní ojú àpá kò lè ṣe kíni. Ojú àpá ò lè ṣe kíni. Psychological rehabilitation. Most people who have undergone female genital mutilation have traumatic stress, psychological stress in one way or the other. Like I said earlier, some people, they perform it for them when they are maybe 13 or 14, and they hold them down. They see faces of people that they've once trusted, and they see them performing this barbaric act on them again. Many of them, they just lose trust. They don't trust anybody again, like, even until they grow into adulthood. If you should borrow their cup like this, and you want to return it, they will wash it in and out as if you have brought poison around all the body of the cup. In fact, if you should drink water and you should leave it, they cannot drink from that same pure water. They have to go and tear it somewhere else. There are people like that for many reasons. I'm not saying for only female genital mutilation. But for people who have serious psychological problems, there's psychological rehabilitation where they go to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, to help them manage their mental status. Some people, it's just depression. They don't just want to talk to anybody. They just want to be left out of the world. It just feels like they should go out of the world. Some people might even be planning suicide because they just feel like you know how much low self-esteem can make you feel like, what is my purpose in this world, self? Those people need psychological rehabilitation. The third one, counseling and support groups. For any disease condition, for any psychological demands, people need support group. Even as students, we need reading groups, Abi. As students, we need reading groups, Abi. There are just 2-3 people that you call yourself together, let's do this thing. That's another way by which you can help. You can either join a support group as a survivor or join as an advocate to encourage survivors. Hello? Don't let's distract me. Why are we exchanging phones in this corner? Okay. And lastly, justice. See, advocacy against female genital mutilation is not complete until all of those that they are performing those acts, we catch them like this and we send them to where they are supposed to go to using the law. Once we catch somebody like this and they ask, who is that person? He just came back from prison. Oh, what did he do? He mutilated his child. Oh, you see that in that community, nobody will ever do it again. Or, why is this man borrowing money around? He mutilated his child, oh, and they asked him to go and bring fine of, let's say, 10 million naira. Like Toyiba said, the next person will not do what? Will not mutilate his or her child again. Next slide, please. Okay, so prevention of female genital mutilation. As a girl child, what can you do? We know that we are limited in some ways, resources, parental guidance, and all those things. But even as a girl child, what can you do? Number one is for you to even go and learn again. You see all those things that you are writing down? It should not just be your paper is smarter than your shekiniko. Make sure that you go back, you read it, you go online, you check more information about female genital mutilation. engage in discussions about female genital mutilation. When you see people that they are just saying, you that you are now knowledgeable, say something. Don't just keep quiet. Say, no, mo lọ program kan tó sọ fún wa wípé ó máa ń fa báyìí, ó máa ń fa báyìí. And you will see that one person at a time, you are joining the advocacy against female genital mutilation. Number 3, maximize the resources within your reach to spread awareness. Maximize the resources within your reach. Some people be like, I don't have phone, no. I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Twitter. But you have Facebook. Oh. How many of us has Facebook accounts? If you have Facebook, it means on Facebook. Raise up your hand. It's Pretty Princess Damsey on Facebook. Raise up your hand. We have Facebook accounts now. For those of us that do not have Facebook accounts, we have collected T-shirts today. There are a lot of things that are written on our T-shirt. You can use that as well. You have collected jotters today. When you take it to your school and you're using it in school and people look at it, they want to ask you questions. Use that as an avenue to spread awareness about female genital mutilation. Offer a listening ear to your sister. Now, your sister is not just your blood sister. Everyone, we watched the Woman King yesterday now. Every Agoje is a sister, Abi. Agoje. Offer a listening ear to your sister. It might be that what somebody wants to tell you. Remember we said earlier that some people, they just said, they said I should not say this thing, no, but they want to do something to me that I think is bad. But if you offer a listening ear, you'll be able to understand and you'll be able to do what? Explain better to her. If it's to go and call one of your teachers that followed you, your supervisor, that, and say, Mommy, I think that FGM that they are talking about, they want to perform it for, in secret, they want to perform it for this my classmate, she will know how to intervene. And who knows, something can happen. We can help ourselves to stop female genital mutilation, that girl will not be mutilated. She will not have to go through all of these effects that we've mentioned. Find out about organizations who work to fight FGM around you and be a part of their activities. Alumni have come up today to say that they once started like you. And now they are also volunteering, they are also hosting, they are also doing a lot of things concerning FGM to be advocate. You too can do the same. And lastly, pledge to be an anti-FGM champion. You yourself, carry it on top of your head. Let people know you that, there you see that girl. You want to know everything about FGM, Abi? Go and meet Rukoya. Go and meet Grace. Go and meet Christiana. She will tell you everything. She knows that in Baje. Be pledged to do what? To be an anti-FGM champion. Next slide, please. I think that's my last slide. Okay, so this, back, please. So this, I was talking about reporting channels. At Value Female Network, we have a 24/7 FGM rescue line. Although we are located in Osun State, but if you call us, we can link our sister organizations in each state that you are to come and meet you. You know, I was saying earlier that somebody can tell you something, and the only thing that you have to, you don't even need to do anything about it. The only thing you have to do is to report to somebody that can undo that case. And you might be the one that would prevent your sister from being caught. This is a number that you can call. It links directly to the Value Female Network FGM rescue line. And the beautiful thing about it is that if you call it, even if you don't have 1 naira on your phone, it will still go. And you will still talk to us and you will tell us everything. It is toll free. We are the one that we are paying for it. But please, should I kneel down? Don't flash it for play. We know you people. Once you write down this number like this, the next 24 hours of boot camp, we will not hear word again. The phone will just be ringing. We just want to greet you. No, that is not what this number is for. You can write the number down. when you call this number, even if you don't have airtime, it will go through and it will not take out of your airtime, even if you have airtime. And it will come straight to us. We have a rescue team that can come to you as fast as we can. And if it is not even in Osun State, we can link up with a sister organization in the state that you are and ask them to come and attend to you. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to charge you to be unstoppable champions for equality and to stand as anti-FGM champions. Can you, I think that's, okay, thank you. Now, you will not clap for me. Shakara V. Hey. Oh yeah, wait, I'm going to go and stand there. I will now walk down. I will now go and sit down. Please, if your clap is not sounding enough, I will stop my shakara. No problem, Abi. Oh yeah, let's start. Wait,
Thank you very much for that section, Dr. Amo. Please, let's give her the love clap. No, let's do it the orderly way. The way champions do it. 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much. So I believe that you must have learned what FGM truly is. So is there anybody here who would like to come on stage and tell us what she understands by female genital mutilation? I expect to see all hands up. Hey, notice our active participant again. No, I want somebody else. I want somebody else. Oh yeah, I believe that we all should, I think that we all should be bubbling now. Is there anybody who wants to tell us what female genital mutilation is? Please come. Please, let's give her the love clap as she comes on stage. 3, 2, 1, 0. So you tell us your name, your state, and if possible, your school. And you tell us what you know by female genital.
My name is Oyetemi Osun State. Female genital mutilation is the total removal or partial removal of the female genital organ. Female genital mutilation can be defined as the partial or total removal of female genital organ or clitoris.
Please, let's give her the love clap before she leaves. 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much. Okay, so female genital mutilation, like you said, is the removal of all or parts of the female external genitalia. There are so many definitions. Anything that has to do with cutting or making alterations concerning the female genitalia, that is female genital mutilation. And our facilitator has explained that we have 4 types of female genital mutilation. She has explained what to do when you see a friend who is at the risk of female genital mutilation. She has explained a lot to us. Please, do we have Adequate Shei Bright in the house? Do we have her in the house? Where? So can someone tell her that attention is needed? The lady on vintage shirt. Okay, she's here. Okay, so when you came yesterday and you saw this banner, what did you notice? What did you notice? You saw There is something else. There's something very spectacular about this banner. The picture. Please, let's give that girl a love clap. Okay, so the person said the picture. I know some of you must be wondering that, who is this lady? I know that we must have been thinking that, where is this person? We've not seen her. Okay, so this is Adepo Dusheyi, right? And she's the person on this banner. So let's do a love clap for her. You're welcome. So that is the person on this banner. And she's there because she has impacted thousands of young girls out there. So when you leave this place, not for the sake of your picture, so that your picture would be on a banner, but for the sake of impact, you go back to your community and do thousands of things for girls in your community. I believe that you all will go back and become better persons. You all will go back and become voices against female genital mutilation. Am I right? If there is anybody who has made a decision to be an anti-FGM champion, let me hear you shout, I am unstoppable. I am unstoppable. Okay, so finally you know the person on that banner and you know why she's there. So I believe that you also want, one day, you would also want to be celebrated this way. I believe that all of us will be celebrated one day as social impact stars and anti-FGM champions, right? So we've had a very comprehensive section on female genital mutilation. And I don't think there should be anyone in this hall who does not understand what female genital mutilation is. She spoke in English. She spoke in Yoruba. I was expecting her to speak in Pidgin. I was expecting her to speak in French. So she spoke in 2 languages so that we could understand better what female genital mutilation is. So we'll be going for our vocational skills now. But before we go, there are some instructions. When you go for vocational skills now, after you all know where you go for your vocational skills, right? So when you get to that hall, after your vocational skills training, you would have your dinner in that training room. Now, we would go back to our hostels. Like, are we listening? The vest you are wearing, your champion's vest, you have 20 minutes to wash them. And it is compulsory for everybody to wash their vest because this is what you are putting on tomorrow. Yes. So let me explain again. We would go for vocational skills now for about 30 minutes. Good evening, champions. Good evening, champions. Can we have some decorum in the house? So when you leave this place for your vocational skills training, you would have your dinner in that same room. You know the way we do it. Then we would all march to the hostel where we would change to our cultural attire. Let somebody say, I want to have fun. When you get outside, then you would understand what I'm saying. If you don't get it, forget about it. When you get outside, you would understand. So when you get to your hostel, you have 20 minutes to change and wash your vest. So I believe that some of us brought our cultural attires. So we're all going back to change. I'm going to change too. We're all going back to change into our cultural attires. Then we come back to converge in this hall. Now, we are going to be timed. Please, when volunteers come to your room to hoisting you up or tell you to leave your room, please obey. If you know you want to have premium fun. So that you don't use the time you're supposed to have fun, to wash clothes, or to sleep in the room. So if you know you're in group 1, please let me see your hand. Kindly signify. Group 1. Okay. We have a chair lady for group 1. Who is the person? Who? Please come forward. Okay, wait. We've been divided into 4. Into 4 houses, but 3 vocational skills group, right? Am I right? So if you know you're in group 1, please come forward. Just group 1 only. Group 1. If you know you are in group 1, please come forward. So volunteers, please, I need us. I said group 1 only. Group 1 only. Group 1 will settle down before group 2 moves to the training room. So group 1, be on a single file. On a single file. And please, for the cultural/fun night tonight, if you know that it is cultural night/talent night, if you know that you have anything special you want to do, kindly see me. Come and register your name. If you don't register your name, you don't have the chance to perform. Do you understand? So group 1, please let's match out. Group 1 only. So please, group 1, follow her. If you know you are in group 2, please step down. Group 2. Group 2, have we all left the hall? If you know you want to perform this night, please come and register your names. Just quickly wait behind. If you know you want to perform, wait behind. Group 2, have you left? You can sing, you can dance, you can do AWE, you can do comedy, you can do spoken words, you can, anything spectacular about you. Come and register your names. So we are all in group 3, Abby. Now, if you know you are in group 3, kindly march out quietly. Quietly. Group 3, march out quietly. I know that champions maintain decorum, and I don't expect us to be making noise. As you can see, I'm very tired. You can sense it in my voice, please. Now, if you know you want to register for a performance, come forward. Okay, so take a sheet of paper.